Namaste friends, welcome to Learn with J, empowered by Magic Needles. In the last video we saw the spider stitch. This is also an extension of spider stitch, you can call it, but it is worked with all DCs and chains. And you get a nice hexagonal or a diamond, whatever you call it, the space in between, and it's a very good stitch for your summer wears. Okay, to make this stitch of this pattern we require multiples of 10 plus 6 as the foundation chains. So I shall make the required number of chains and get back to you. As usual, I'll be using my 5 mm clover amour hook. I have made 26 chains. Now yarn over and make a DC in the 10th chain from the hook. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. And 1 DC in each of the next 2 chains. This first row is not a pattern repeat row. Chain 3, skip 3, make a DC. Chain 3, skip 3, one DC in each of the next 3 chains. Chain 3, you will be left with 4 chains, 1 2 3 4. Make a DC in the very last chain. This completes your row 1. Row 2, chain 5 and turn, make a DC on this DC. Chain 2, make a DC on the chain space. Make 1 DC on each of the 3 DCs. And make a DC under chain 3 space. Now chain 5. Make a DC under the next chain 3 space. 1 DC on each of the next 3 DCs. One DC under the chain 3 space. Chain 2. And DC on the sixth chain of the turning chain here. Now for row 3, either chain 6 and turn or turn, make a DC on DC here. And then chain 3. Skip the first DC and place 1 DC on each of the 3 DCs. The center 3 DCs of the 5 DC group. Now chain 3 again. Place 1 DC under the chain 5 space. Chain 3. Skip the first DC of DC5 group and 1 DC each on the 3 center DCs. 3 DCs between the first and the last DC of the 5 DC group. Now chain 3 and place a DC on the third chain or the third chain of the 6th chain or on the DC here. So this completes row 3. Now chain 3 and turn. Chain 3 counts as a DC. I am going to make a standing DC here, and one DC under this chain 3 space. Now chain 3 and place a DC on the middle DC of the 3 DC group. Again chain 3 here, place one DC in the chain 3, DC on DC, DC under the chain 3. Again chain 3, skip first DC and in the next make one double crochet, chain 3, DC under the chain space and DC on DC here. This completes row 4. For row 5, either chain 3 and turn. Chain 3 counts as a DC. One DC on the next DC. One DC under the chain space. Chain 5, skip this DC and in the next chain space one double crochet, one double crochet on each of the 3 DCs, one in each of them, then one double crochet under the chain space, chain 5 again, one DC, skip this DC and under the next chain space one DC and one DC on each of the next 2 stitches, next 2 DCs. So this completes our row 5. For row 6, either chain 3 or make a DC on the very first DC. Chain 3 counts as DC. One DC in the next DC, then chain 3, one DC under the chain 5 space, chain 3, skip the first DC and one DC each on each of the next 3 DCs. Again chain 3, one DC under chain 5 space, chain 3, skip this DC and place one DC each of the last 2 DCs. This completes row 6. For row 7, chain 6 and turn or turn, make a DC on DC, chain 3, place one DC under the chain space, one DC on DC, one DC under the chain space, next chain space, chain 3, skip one DC and DC on DC, the center DC, chain 3, one DC under chain space, one DC on DC, sorry, 1 DC and a chain space, again chain 3, 1 minute, chain 3, and place a DC, skip the DC, next DC, and place a DC in the last DC. Rows 2 to 7 are the pattern repeats. So this is how it looks. Thank you friends for watching this video. Do subscribe to Magic Needles channel. Do not forget to hit on the bell icon so that you're notified of the new videos that we upload. Once again, thank you. Have a great day. I shall be back with yet another pattern in the next video. Bye for now.